Hello my dear KCET aspirants, how are you all? I hope you all are doing amazing. This is your Ekta ma'am here. So my dear students, in this video I am going to tell you the last 30-day strategy for your KCET preparation for chemistry. Yes, for chemistry subjects we have 30 days to complete our whole chemistry syllabus, right? In this strategy I have divided the 4-week plan. We are considering these 30 days in a 4-week strategy, right? In 4 weeks we will be completing all syllabus, right? And I've already characterize the chapters as high, medium and low priority chapters, and also weekly schedule to complete the syllabus. How will you complete it, right? And other important tips. So let's dive in. So according to the weekly planning, we have 4 weeks to prepare for our KCET, right? So week 1 we will give for high weightage chapters and the medium weightage chapters, right? The high weightage chapters and the medium weightage chapters. So as I told you, I have divided the chapters in 3 categories: high weightage, medium weightage and low weightage. We'll discuss them later on in details. So in week 1 we'll focus on high weightage chapters, moderate weightage chapters, and then we'll do revision. On one day we'll do the revision of everything that we have studied in that particular week, plus we'll give one mock test, which is very important. A mock test you cannot skip, because that will give you an idea of actual exam, right? They are the only preparation you have going on regarding where you stand, right? How much knowledge you have, how much you have learned. Then week 2, again, the whatever topics are left in high weightage chapters and the moderate weightage chapters, we'll finish those chapters and then we'll revise week 1 and for week 2. We'll revise for week 1 and for week 2, and we'll give one mock test. Week 3 we'll focus on again moderate weightage chapters and then the low weightage chapters, right? On week 3 we'll focus on the moderate weightage chapters and the low weightage chapters, and we'll do revision of week 1 and 2 alongside the revision of week 3. At the last day, what you'll do revision of week 1, week 2 and then week 3. Everything that you have studied, you'll have to revise it every week. One more thing, when you're studying these chapters, supposedly today I studied solution, at the end of the day I'll sit down, I'll solve questions of PYQs. I'll solve questions. I'll tell you the strategy, how to solve the questions and all. Don't worry. I've got that covered also. But at the end of the day, I'll revise whatever I studied during the day. I'll give 1 hour, 30 minutes, 1 hour I'll give to it. Okay. And then what I'll do, I'll practice questions, PYQs, that are KCET blueprints for me, right? Right. So we will do that. Weekly revision is a must, but daily revision is also not skippable. Okay. And week 4, what you will be doing low weightage chapters and then revision of everything we have done in the past 3 weeks, and we'll do 4-5 mock tests. Okay, we'll do complete mock test. We'll increase the intensity of mock test also. Okay, and then whatever revision is left, we'll do that revision week 1, week 2, week 3 and week 4. Okay, now what are those high weightage, high priority, medium priority, low weightage chapters, right? So there are 3 categories. So these are the high priority chapters. So from these chapters alone, 50% of your syllabus is going to come. 50% of your questions are going to come from high priority chapters. Solutions, electrochemistry, chemical kinetics, coordination, amines, alcohol, phenols, ethers, aldehydes, ketones, carboxylic acids. They constitute around 50% questions, right? 50% questions will be coming from these chapters. Rest, medium priority, that means around 2 to 3 questions will be seen from each chapter. Haloalkanes, haloarenes, DNF block, hydrocarbons, equilibrium. In equilibrium, we are talking about chemical equilibrium, redox reactions, biomolecules. Then low priority chapters are those chapters from which either one question will come or none question will come. You'll get either one or none. Okay, so some basic concepts of chemistry, structure of atom, classification of elements and periodicity and properties, organic chemistry, some basic principles and techniques, chemical bonding, molecular structure and thermodynamics. So remember, as you can see here, the high priority topics, the high priority chapters are from your PU2, right? So focus on PU2 chapters, PU2 syllabus more, right? You studied this in PU2, right? Yeah. So they are more coming from PU2 than PU1, right? PU1 as a low priority chapter. These are the low priority chapters. Okay. Now what will you do in these chapters? We'll discuss that all. So in week 1, in first week, so let's say if you're starting from today, this is your consider the next 7 days as your first week. Okay, so you'll start from any sequence you can follow. These are the chapters that you'll need to complete in this week. Okay, solutions. Okay, in solutions, focus on all the concentration terms, how to interchange in between the concentration term, molarity, normality, right? In electrochemistry, Nernst equation is very important. All the formulas, all the questions based on Nernst equation, practice those questions, right? And in chemical kinetics, also in electrochemistry, equilibrium, relation between equilibrium, that is also very important. In chemical kinetics, various rate laws for zero order, what is the equation for first order, second order, half-life equation, right? Arrhenius equation, that is very important. From hydrocarbons, the method of preparation of the hydrocarbons, that is very important. From haloalkanes, haloarenes, again same. Method of preparation, physical properties, chemical properties, focus on them. And then again you revise that. At the end of every day, you revise these. Whatever you study during the day, revise it. Do not skip the revision. It is not optional. And at the end of the week, revise everything that you have done and solve one mock test. Solve one mock test. Now again, you can buy the mock test from the ABHYAS KCET test series. There you have all the mock tests in complete KCET setting also, and plus chapter wise PYQs also for the last 10 years. Okay, so we'll discuss that later on. Okay, now in week 2 we'll talk about we'll do aldehydes, ketones, carboxylic acid, alcohol, phenols, ethers. These are organic chemistry, right? So in them, the method of preparation, physical properties, chemical properties, these are very important. All the name reactions that are there, focus on them. Then you have coordination compounds. In coordination compounds, the configuration of D block elements, and then you have the splitting of in octahedral complexes and tetrahedral complexes. That is very important. Weak filled ligand, strong filled ligand, right? That is very important. In amines, reactions are very important. Same in biomolecules, monosaccharides, disaccharides, polysaccharides, that are very important. And then you have reducing sugars, non-reducing sugars, right? The monomers, they are all very important. Again, in week 2, finish these chapters, and then, my dear students, do revision. Again, one more thing, how will you revise them? You won't be reading the chapters from beginning to end from your book now. Now is not the time, right? We are doing a 30-day strategy. So what you will do, you will make short notes. You will already have studied it, you will make short notes, and then you will revise using those short notes, and you will solve the PYQs. PYQs you cannot skip, they are not optional. Every day, each topic you finish, solve the PYQs. Each topic you finish, solve the PYQs. Okay, they will give you an idea what kind of questions will be coming, which formula is more important, which kind of things, which kind of questions you have to focus more, you have to solve more. Okay, now in week 3 and week 4, these are the medium to low weightage chapters, right? In week 1 and week 2, we are focusing on high weightage and moderate weightage chapters. In week 3 and week 4, we are focusing on moderate to low weightage chapters. These are some moderate weightage chapters. D and F block elements, the electronic configuration of D and F block is very important, right? In equilibrium, we are focusing on chemical equilibrium, the relationship between Kc, Kp, that is very important. In redox reaction, the balancing of reactions. Balancing of redox reactions is very important question. If the question will come, they'll come from this part. In classification of elements and periodicity and properties, you focus on the acidity trend, the basicity trend, acidity trend, basicity trends, right? The trends are the periodicity, that means the periodic trends are very important. In organic chemistry, some basic principles and techniques. The principles and techniques are very important. So here we talk about again same, the general organic chemistry we talk about acidity, we talk about basicity. There are methods there, some techniques like Dumas method is there, Zeldal method is there, that is very important, right? Okay, then again you do the revision at the end of the week. You will do the revision of week 1, 2 and 3. At the end of the week, you will do the revision for the previous weeks also. Same goes for week 1. At the end of week 1, you revise everything you studied in week 1. At the end of week 2, you revise everything you studied in week 2 plus week 1. In week 3, you revise everything you studied in week 3 and then plus week 2 and week 1. In week 4, we are focusing on the low priority topics, from where either you'll get one question or no questions. Okay, so some basic concepts of chemistry. There are some concentration terms and laws are very important. State question, if one two question will come, they'll come from the statement based laws and all. Structure of atom, quantum number, Bohr's model of atom, that is very important. Heisenberg uncertainty principle, straight away questions will come. Chemical bonding, molecular structure. In this chapter, you focus on VS-EPR theory, that is very important. Okay, in thermodynamics, there are so many things. It's a complicated chapter, but do not worry. You focus on the work formula. Isothermal work, isothermal reversible work, isobaric work. If you just know the formula, you can apply it in question and solve that if any question comes. and then again you make the short notes, formulas and the name reactions list, okay, and short note thing, right? And then you revise it till the day of your exam. You revise it, okay? Every day you revise it. Now again, at the end of this week, we'll solve 4-5 mock tests. That is very important. Your mock test should be given in a exact exam like atmosphere, okay? Now what I mean by exact exam like atmosphere, that means you are solving mock test in a setting. Your mock test should have the timer thing, right? They should have the 60 questions that you need to solve in 80 minutes, right? The timer should be there, you're solving it. If possible, take a printout of the OMR sheet also, right? And you mark it on the OMR so that you practice alongside. They are called real time mock test, okay? That give you the real exposure. Now how can you access them? You access them by ABHYAS KCET test series. It is a test series which have 35 full KCET mock test, full length KCET mock test. Then we have chapter wise KCET PYQs. That's what I was talking about, right? After reading the chapter, you need to solve the previous year questions of that particular chapter. So we have last 10 years PYQs for all the chemistry chapters, for all the chapters. Chapter wise PYQs are there, and you'll get real KCET exam pattern and timing. It will be running in the real time, okay? You will be solving. One OMR sheet will be attached to it, right? The soft copy, you can take the printout and take the printout, and you can solve it alongside your attempting the mock test. And full PCMB coverage we are providing. We are having physics, chemistry, maths, biology, all subjects are being covered, okay? So purchase this. It will be really helpful. It has been really helpful for previous KCET toppers, and it will be really helpful for you also, okay? Now what else will help you score? What other tips we are talking about? The other tips includes you ensure thorough and timely revision. Now is not the time to learn anything new. Whatever you have learned, you just need to revise it, and you need to revise it thoroughly, okay? And timely revision means you revise it every day, then you do weekly revisions, right? Then you do weekly revision. That is very must actually. And every day, whatever you study, if it's physics, chemistry, maths, biology, doesn't matter, you revise it at the end of the day, okay? And solve questions from every topic that you finish, every chapter that you finish, solve previous year questions, okay? Then you'll have an idea what kind of questions to accept in your exam. Then take mock test seriously and simulate exam condition. Again, your mock test should be like in a real exam condition, right? You should have timer, you should have an OMR sheet, right? All these things will give you the real time exposure of your exam, so that before sitting in the exam, you're prepared for your exam. Conducting proper analysis of mock test. Now after giving the mock test, you can't just sit around, right? What you need to do, you need to analyze your mock test. What were your strengths? Where did you lack? Were you able to finish the questions in the given time limit? And which was your strongest portion? Which portion you had some problem solving in, right? What were your, are you doing mistakes in calculations? Are you doing mistakes in name reactions? Are you forgetting the formulas? You need to tackle that, okay? Make a little book that's called mistake notebook. I call it mistake book. Any mock paper you analyze, any mock paper that you solve, you analyze it, and any mistake you have, you write them down in your mistake book, that these were the mistakes that I was doing, and do open this mistake book after every mock test. Obviously you'll open it, right? But weekly open this and go through the mistakes that you did in your mock tests, okay? That is very important, because obviously then you won't be repeating these mistakes in your real KCET exam, in your April exam, okay? So don't do that mistake, and make a mistake book, okay, if you do any mistake. Then managing your time effectively to cover the syllabus on schedule, memorizing the formulas and reactions, making short notes of it, right? You need to cover everything. You can't start the syllabus now. You have already learned it, right? You just need proper revision, right? And you need to revise it effectively. Make short notes of formulas, of reactions, right? Of short notes in your chemistry, you have formulas, you have reactions, right? So any other important thing that you think, any definitions, any name reactions that you need to make all the notes of them, and then you need to revise them. Next, prioritize your health. Yes, even if you're working so hard, you need to focus on your health. You need 6 to 8 hours of proper sleep. Only then you will be able to solve all these questions. You will be prepared next day if you're well rested, right? Then only my soldier will get up next day and they will fight in the battle, right? So this is like a battle for you guys. So, okay, prioritize your health. Don't get sick. Prioritize your physical health over your mental health also in this period. Next is prioritize your health. You should prioritize your health. Take proper rest. Do not stress about it. Okay, and sleep for at least 6 to 8 hours every day. Okay, because only then you will be prepared to prepare for the next day challenge, next day chapters that you need to finish. Okay, don't worry, you got this. And then again, maintain calm, be calm and confident. You got this. Everything that is going to come in your exam, you know that all. Okay, just have that confidence in yourself and work hard for it. And last thing, don't hesitate to seek for help if needed. Okay, we all are here. I am here. All the teachers are here. If you need any help in any subject, any topic that is causing you problems, or you're not able to understand it, there are some doubts you have, mention them in the comment section of this video or any other video. We'll get back to you. We'll solve your problems. Don't worry. Okay, we are here with you. We are all here with you all. Okay, don't worry. Yes, and subscribe to Deeksha Vedantu, Deeksha Karnataka channel. Okay, there you'll find all the helpful tips that you need, helpful for your preparation for your KCET, Comedic, okay, PU boards. All the best. Oh, don't worry, you got this.